Okay, welcome to another one of our tutorials. Several people have been asking for tutorials on installing Joomla 1.5 on IIS. So here we've got a Windows 2003 server with Service Pack 2 and IIS installed, and we will get Joomla 1.5 running on it. Now, many people have had nothing but trouble with this, and what usually boils down to is one small omission in the process, so hopefully if you follow along, this will be pretty painless for you. Before we begin, there are some prerequisites. This server already has IIS installed and running. We've also installed PHP 5 and MySQL 5, but we haven't configured anything in them yet. So I strongly urge you to view our videos at videotutorialzone.com for installing PHP 5 and MySQL before you watch this video, even if you've already installed them. That way you'll have a base understanding of how we've installed and configured everything so far. Again, those videos can easily be found at videotutorialzone.com by looking in the PHP and MySQL sections or just using the site-wide search. So, that said, we'll move forward. The first thing we want to do is open our php.ini, and we've got php.ini already in our Windows directory, so I can open it like this, and I want to search for magic quotes. So, magic_quotes, and not that first instance, but the second instance. And I want to turn that on. And next, I want to look for extension_dir. And there it is. And what I want to set this to is C:\php5\ext. Now that's valid for this server because we installed PHP in a C:\php5 directory. So if you installed it elsewhere, then you're going to have to modify this to your needs. Next, we want to search for MySQL. There we go. And I want to uncomment extension equals php_mysql.dll and mysqli.dll. And be careful here with php_mssql.dll. You don't need to uncomment that right now. So the next thing we need to search for is save_path. And here we go. And the first thing we do is uncomment this. And we're going to make this C:\inetpub/www-root/sessions. And we have inetpub www-root as our root directory for the website, so we're just making a sessions directory in there. So that having been done, we can save php.ini and we can close it. Now we have to make the directory for the directive we just gave. So we're in our C:\inetpub www-root, and I'm going to create a sessions folder. Now here's where a lot of people get stuck, is they don't give the proper permissions to this folder. So we'll go to Properties, Security, then we'll select the Internet Guest Account, and we're going to give it read and write privileges. And now we can minimize this. And we want to go to Administrative Tools, Services, and we want to come down to World Wide Web Publishing Service. We need to restart IIS. And there we go. So now we can download and install Joomla 1.5. I'll just open the web browser and go to www.joomla.org. And I'm going to scroll down here to the downloads for 1.5, and there it is. And I'm going to select the zip file here, and I'll save it to my desktop. In the meantime, I'll close these folders and let that download. Okay, so now I'm going to open the zip file and move it out of the way here. And I'll open my www-root directory. And I'm going to copy everything from the zip file into my web root. There we go. And I'll pause this while it unzips. Okay, it's done unzipping, so I can close the zip file here. And I'll minimize www-root. And I'm going to open my browser and go to localhost. And there's the Joomla installer. So we'll choose English. And as you can see, all the prerequisites are okay, and the only thing that we have red on here is display errors, which I just don't care about. So I'm going to click Next, and here's our license. Okay, database type is MySQL. Our host name will be localhost. Our username for the database, when we created the MySQL database, we made it root, which is default, and you should change that. And we made the password tutorial. And for a database name, we'll just call it Joomla. Okay, and we'll click Next. And for the FTP config, we're just going to skip it. Our site name is Scribe, which is, at the moment, a fictional website. And we'll use michael@scribe.com, again, a fictional email address. And admin password, we'll make tutorial. Now down here, we're going to install the sample data, so this is checked. And we'll click here to install it. And there it is. And we'll click Next. Okay. Now, normally, we'd be basically done. We'd have to delete the installation directory and we'd be good to go. However, I don't know if it's this version of the Joomla 1.5 RC4 release or if it's a Windows issue, but the configuration.php does not get written. As you can see, we still have configuration.php-dist. I don't know what's causing that. I've tried all kinds of things with the permissions in here, and nothing seems to get it working. And I've noticed in the Joomla forums that tons of people are having the exact same problem. So we're going to get past that right now. So we'll minimize the web browser here, and we're going to rename this to configuration.php. And I have .php associated with Notepad, so there it is. I'll minimize this. So scrolling down here, the first thing we want to do here is look at our settings here. We've got MySQL, localhost. Okay, our database user here is root. And our database password was tutorial in this case. Okay, and the name of the database we used was Joomla. And let's look real quick to make sure Joomla was actually created. Now, I'm running MySQL administrator. You may have PHP MySQL or something else, and I'm going to ignore that. Go down to catalogs, and there's my Joomla database with all my tables, so we're fine. Okay, this doesn't matter. And the secret here, we need to change this to something odd. There we go, that should be good enough. And looking down, I don't think we need to do anything else, so we can just save this. And we should be good to go. Let's go to localhost. Oh, we're not good to go yet. We forgot to install to remove the install directory. So inpub www-root. And we'll delete the installation directory. Alright, now let's refresh this page. Oops. There we go. And there is our default Joomla homepage. Let's look at the administrator real quick. There we go. We should be able to begin with admin and tutorial, because it did create the database. And there it goes. We have successfully installed Joomla 1.5 RC4 on Windows 2003 server with IIS 6. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope it made life a little bit easier for you. And look forward to more tutorials in the future. Thank you.